Anyway, SMU.
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 All four of us went there.
Yeah, we did.
did.
Welcome to the
Once upon a time.
podcast. This is episode 1. I think
Of the Mustang Mood.
the Mustang Mood is what we're calling it. We've been talking about this for over a
Years now.
year. Yeah,
It's been 2
At
years, I
lea-
think.
probably.
I think it's been 2.
Yeah, probably. Definitely excited to be here. It all started because Ben is probably the moodiest Mustang fan I've ever met in my
Indeed.
whole life.
I thought you were
That's
a
right.
Taylor fan.
We have a bio for this.
That too.
Join us as we test the moods of some of the most passionate, moody, and delusional SMU alums as we begin our journey in the ACC. So yeah, I think this really started because we're in the ACC now, and the Ponies finished off in the AAC quite well.
number 1 is pretty great.
It is, yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Jay and I got a picture with the trophy too.
Yes, that was sick.
Yeah.
My favorite picture is me and Brian and Tyler Levine.
That's
game.
that
I
was a good-
wish
that's a good one.
I could have gone in that game.
Yeah.
It was
Would've
pretty
been
great.
Yeah, I
It's
bet.
pretty great. You can't miss it. You can't miss it.
I know.
But
I had plans.
I think that's a good place to start. We can start talking about last year's football. I think one thing, I'd kind of put this in the show notes a little bit, but there was a interview with Rhett Lashley last week on the ticket, and he was being asked, "Hey, are you disappointed with the way the season ended last year with no Fiesta Bowl invite, and then going to Boston to play Boston College in a bowl game in the rain? Oh my gosh, that game sucked.
Yeah,
I can't.
I don't
I'm
count
so
it.
glad.
It's out of my brain. I don't count it
So
anymore.
glad I didn't
Yeah,
do that.
it doesn't matter. It's
but
irrelevant.
exactly, and is that a good thing or a bad thing that bowls are relevant now?
That's a great question. Why don't we put a pin in that and we can
We'll
bring?
come back to
Yeah,
that.
we
Okay.
need to intro a bit more.
That's
yeah.
that's a big conversation.
Yeah,
right
that is
there.
huge.
All right, and then so he was talking about it, and it's essentially like, hey, we had the opportunity to beat a Power 5 team, and we didn't. We dropped the ball. This is another thing. Rhett Lashley hasn't beaten a Power 5 team yet.
Yep.
We will this season.
We will.
We will.
Yeah.
No knock on wood needed. We will.
We will.
We have the
Our guy
roster.
Billy Embody, our competing podcaster. Not really. No, I'd love to hang out with him sometime. But
Yeah, you're invited on the podcast.
yeah, anytime.
Absolutely.
Bring your status jet people too. But he thinks the Mustangs could potentially go 10-2 this season.
That's a bold prediction.
He also thinks we could go 6-6.
I think that's more
I think so.
realistic prediction.
I'd be very happy with 6-6.
I think 7-5 is what I'm hoping for, but
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest. If we're 1-11 and that one is TCU, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that was a bit I was thinking about for later. So hold
Okay,
on. Just
all right.
we're putting pins in things right now. We're just
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
we're
bringing
really
up
getting ahead of
everything.
ourselves.
There's so much to talk about.
Yeah,
I know.
no,
but it's
it
just
is,
episode
yeah.
1. It's episode 1 though.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just
Yeah.
got this. All right. What I was gonna we were talking about last season.
Yeah.
Right. Literally the worst home schedule
Of
I
all
have
time.
ever seen. Ever. A bunch of 11 a.m. games. We had what was it, like 3 or 4 weeks between like Friday game,
No
bye
home games
week.
in
Yeah,
October.
exactly.
Mhm.
Well, we have no home games this October either,
Yeah,
which
but-
kind of sucks. But we have a way better.
yeah.
Okay, so we get
schedule.
Louisiana Tech
Yes.
at home at 11 a.m. Then we go to OU. Then Prairie View A&M at home.
Was
That'll
that
be
was that the 69-0?
69-0. Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
And then we go to TCU. Then we come back. We play Charlotte, which, okay, it ended up being 34-16 there, but that wasn't much of a game.
No. And their coach was just what was he? Was he like in a ripped
The
T-shirt?
cutoff
cut
shirt.
off,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. It's iconic.
Bigger fella.
Mr.
Yeah.
Biff.
Yeah.
Biff Poggy.
And then we go, all right, we start October 2 weeks later, right? First week of October is a bye, and then we go the next Thursday night we play ECU on the road on freaking Thursday, which sucks. And
It's high school.
then the next week we go and beat Temple on the road 55-0. And then we get 69-10 here for homecoming at Tulane. Another 11 a.m. game while it was raining. That sucked. Then on the road at Rice, and then a Friday night game at home against UNT. Won that one 45-21. And then the biggest game of the season in the regular season, Memphis.
Yep.
Big win
Mhm.
on the road,
Huge.
38-34. Preston Stone really showed up. That was
Mm-hmm.
really gets exciting. All right. Oh, we've got a shot to go and win this. Then on that Friday night, I think, or the night before the Navy game, Tulane wins, secures their spot in
Mhm.
the AAC. I'm ready to get rid of that.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Oh yeah.
Dyslexia is not helping that. We can forget all about the AAC now, though. Anyway, so beat Navy the next day, and we're in. But, in the second quarter, losing Preston Stone is a huge moment for us.
Yeah.
And you got to think, all right, if we don't lose Preston Stone, we go in and go to New Orleans and whip up on Tulane. You know, I think Fiesta Bowl is definitely
Would have been more. Yeah.
And
Kinda
would've been
got-
better than Liberty. And
Oh my gosh.
that game,
Yeah.
Maybe the committee applied the FSU logic
I think
to us with
Yeah.
us losing a quarterback.
Probably.
You know,
It's
but
possible.
yeah,
that's rough though.
yeah.
I would have loved to play TCU at the end of the season,
Oh my gosh.
with
and that's
with Stone, or would you mind playing him with Jennings?
I think we still would have beaten him, honestly.
Even with Jennings.
We
I
should,
mean-
honestly
I-
we just didn't play when we played them last year.
yeah,
We just
Yeah,
didn't
it
show
did
up.
feel-
It was ridiculous.
Like we looked better against
34-17.
Oklahoma
Yeah.
than we did them.
It was
that's
bad.
very true. We were totally in that Oklahoma game.
Yeah, until the fourth quarter. Yeah.
Until the second half of the fourth quarter.
Yeah. No.
It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like the last
Exactly.
7 minutes or so.
Yeah,
we
because
started
I mean,
running
we
it
just
a
had to
little
go for it to win, and it just fell apart. Yeah, we didn't get what we needed.
Mm-hmm.
bit. Yeah, Preston Stone, 16 to 35 for 250 yards, 2 interceptions. You know, pretty on par with what Chandler threw that game. But man,
Yeah, it was.
yeah, we were not in.
It
that
wasn't.
game.
It wasn't as enjoyable to be at, but
And it was so hot.
it was. It was a warm day.
That game was
so
terrible.
Hot.
Oh man.
I think
That's-
the only time I was glad to be up in like the 400 section because we actually got a breeze.
Oh, nice.
You know,
Yep.
because we were way up there and we were getting the breeze, but my family was down in the lower bowl, and they
Yep.
said there was just nothing. You know.
Just the sun.
Yeah.
beating
So it was
down.
worse for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but injuries are, I mean, that's a part of every team, every season.
Yeah.
And so, is there, you know, obviously last year, losing Stone at the end of the season, it obviously impacted not just the championship, but the bowl game, especially afterwards. How do we feel about depth going into the ACC? Because in the AAC, frankly, everyone that we went up against doesn't have a lot of depth either. But the ACC is it's gonna be different. We're gonna have to play 4 quarters, and we're gonna need guys to rotate where we haven't had the rosters necessarily to do that in the past.
Who specifically are you thinking of that could outman us in the ACC? Florida State, Louisville, is there anyone
UNC.
else? UNC.
UNC's good.
Good thing we don't play them.
Yeah, that's
that's-
right. We don't.
that's-
So that is a good sign.
Yeah, let's run through.
Don't we
that
play
real quick.
Miami as well? I think we play Miami.
We don't play Miami this year. Let's run through the schedule.
Let's run
real
through
quick.
the
Yeah,
schedule.
yeah, yeah.
So we start off week 0, which I've never watched my team play on week 0, which is fun.
I didn't even know that was the thing.
Week 0.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
I thought it was like Navy and Notre Dame. They fly to Ireland week 0. So we got at Nevada week 0.
Yep.
And then Houston Christian at home, and then we start turning it up from there. We get BYU at home, TCU at home, and then Florida State at home. 3 weeks in a row,
Brutal.
which is brutal. I wish we had some time in between those games.
No, we got it. We're good.
We got it. I-
Baptism by
We're
fire.
delusional SMU alums,
I
right?
mean,
That's
We
what
got
we're
it.
Facts.
yeah, so we're starting off 5-0. That's easy. Then we go on the road to Louisville. Then we go to Stanford. Then to Duke. Then we got Pitt and Boston College at home. November.
Playing them on
beginning
our turf now.
on our turf.
Yeah. It's
Then
gonna
we
be it's gonna be nice and sunny.
go to Virginia, come back for Cal. So I see where the 10-2 is. I
Yeah.
can totally see that. I think at Louisville and Florida State are
Losses, yeah.
2 losses.
Well, let's not write them in, but let's. But,
Yeah.
You know,
Can we
they're
can we
quite
can we
possible.
pause and just talk about Florida State for a second?
Yeah.
Because
Getting robbed.
prepping, well, no, I felt bad for them, right? they got robbed. I wish they would have been able to rep the ACC, but then they like didn't rep the ACC in their bowl game. It just got killed. But I felt bad for them. But when I was prepping for this and I was like looking through, like trying to get different ideas on Reddit, whatever, all of the FSU fans are jerks, and they're just whining the whole time. Like you look at everything, like looking at all the SMU stuff, they're just like anything negative they can say it, or they say it, and they're just complaining and whining. And I was talking to Eric about it, and that's my wife. She's very anti-FSU because of how whiny they are.
Good for her.
Yeah, and she was doing this whole bit. I was like, you should come on the podcast and do this. She's like, no, I don't have anything to do with that. But
We'd love to have Erica on the podcast. as
Yeah,
well, as long as you
Erica.
bring Status Jet with
bring what?
Status Jet.
Oh yeah, Status Jet. But she was like doing the fake like FSU crying, like, oh, I'm so sad that I lost. I need Daddy DeSantis to come sue the committee
Whoa.
so I can.
Well, let's not bash on Ron DeSantis.
We got some fans.
But yeah, I'm tired. they're dead to me.
They're so entitled. Like for a team that hasn't been good for several years, besides Crab Legs Winston, I just like they're not that good. I mean, I know historically they are, but lately in the 2000s, 2010s, they haven't been that good.
Yeah, they're
so
getting a bit too big for their
I'm
britches.
tired of it, honestly.
Yeah.
If they leave, I don't care. Whatever. I mean, it'd be bad for the conference.
It would be bad, yeah.
But I was gonna, yeah. So I mean, if they leave, it would be bad. But how would the ACC do in that case? I mean, I was reading about it, and people were saying that the ACC would basically die out as a power conference if they leave.
I think so.
I saw this
Is that-
thing that there was, if they left, like, could UCF replace them?
I think we'd just join forces with the Big 12.
Probably.
Yeah.
or something.
Honestly, I wouldn't be against that.
I would love
TCU game would be back.
it'd be back. We'd play Tech. We'd play.
That'd be fun.
Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
We could help. We could help
Houston.
out TCU.
And wouldn't Utah at that point be?
Ooh, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
be in
Utah,
there as well.
Arizona, Colorado.
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
that'd be a blast.
Yeah, Coach Prime, you're also
I do
invited to the
think
podcast.
I do
By all
think
means.
He'll be gone by then.
I do think that we should try. I know not everyone's in our conference, obviously. Maybe no one. I don't know. But we should try to, like, over time play all of the old Southwest Conference teams
Yeah,
in, like, non-conference scheduled games.
Mm,
That'd be so fun.
That would be fun.
That
feel
would
like-
be.
that would be. I mean, I wish we could bring back the Southwest Conference.
Oh, yeah.
That would be great.
But Arkansas is making too much money in SEC, so.
Yeah,
It'd
I
be
think
real difficult to get them over.
I think UT would be the easy one to pull back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They won't like the SEC anyway. They're going to get beat up. And
Yeah, they're too soft for them. Yeah.
no.
We're really starting out making a lot of enemies here, Jay.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, I'd be nervous about that. But I mean, we'd still be better than being in the American. Power
Oh my
6
gosh.
is
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I'm done. Yeah.
it puts us in a much better position. Also,
I-
I think if Florida State leaves, we get to renegotiate our contract and say, hey,
Maybe actually get some TV money.
can we please have some
Can
TV
we-
money?
a lot earlier.
Please give me some TV money,
That'd be nice.
The
Mr.
thing is-
ACC commissioner.
I don't even think it should be that big of an ask, though, if that does happen, because SMU is one of the most exciting teams in the last year. I mean, coming into the ACC,
The most wins in Texas since
The most wins in
2018, 2019.
That's
something like
crazy. I
that.
didn't even
Yeah.
realize that.
No.
Impressive.
It was last year. SMU was an extremely exciting team to watch, and even if you're not an SMU fan, I mean, it's something that was exciting to see. It's exciting to see a team come back from the dead the way that we have
Yeah.
over the last
Yeah.
5 years.
It's
It
been
was
a
so
long
exciting. It
time.
was almost boring.
SMU
Well, you don't
football's
like
never
winning
boring, but yes,
69.
Yeah.
I get what you
nothing,
mean.
Yeah.
or 54.
Unless it's
nothing,
69 to
but-
0, then that's.
That's a little more interesting.
We had two of those games, right?
Too. We had to miss a field a
69-10.
PAT for one of them.
It was
I
like
don't know if y'all remember.
Red was like to the kicker, like, you need to miss this.
Do it for the fans.
Yeah.
We loved it. Oh man.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what Ford's like this year. You know, you talked about it's not just interesting for SMU fans, but who's coming out this year? You know,
Mhm.
Florida State. Do they travel that well?
Are there-
they going to fill?
I don't
up
know
half
if
of
I've
Ford?
met a Florida State fan in Dallas. I don't know if there's many, but I mean, it's a big school, right?
But tell me, you
It
live in
is.
Highland Park. You've got a couple little boys. You're definitely bringing them to that game, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
no way you don't.
For
Why
sure.
not? And so, and that's we were talking about the Pony Express earlier, but like that is what marked that era. Is like people in Dallas supported Dallas's team.
Yeah.
It wasn't just on the jersey.
Yeah.
And that is something that's over the last 5 years has really come up, is that that SMU really has come across as Dallas's team.
We want to be. Yeah.
We
we
definitely
wanna
want to
be.
be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that we have been.
No.
I think we've been moving
Because
in that direction.
I
though.
definitely think there's. Have some trouble with your mic there. I definitely think that there's a bit of an issue where I feel like people outside of the Park cities feel like maybe they don't belong.
Mm.
I don't want that to be the case though. Like I want all of Dallas to be like, yeah, SMU, that's Dallas's team. It's like, I want to go to the games.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like it's a good team. I want to watch them. I want to cheer them on. I want that to be the case. And I think we're moving in the right direction, especially from like where we've been recruiting from
Yeah,
and
for
stuff.
sure.
Like that's huge.
Yeah, Rhett talked about the same thing. He said like the 15 counties around here or something like that. And it was like, if we can base the majority of our recruiting on that.
Yeah. And some of the best football players in the nation too.
Yeah.
Like it's not
Without a
even a
doubt.
joke. What is it? One of our buddies said that like was it DeSoto, like South Dallas, those teams being like
Duncanville.
Duncanville, like being the best they've ever been is like is God's
Mhm.
gift to SMU for the death penalty, you know?
Yeah.
Boy, do we deserve that.
Yeah, no kidding.
But speaking of recruiting, recruiting is one of my favorite pastimes, especially during there's no true off season since we are recruiting year round now, especially with the transfer portal the way it is. I feel like our recruiting hasn't really taken quite the step that we needed to. Our transfer portal is unreal. We've been pulling in players from Power 5 schools, X4 and 5-star, not 5 stars, but X4 stars across the board, which has been really exciting. But our actual high school recruits hasn't quite taken the jump that I'd like to see it take the jump yet. I think last year we were ranked, in the 70s for just high school ranking, not including the transfers.
Yep.
And then this year we're a little over 100, which is a little bit of a surprise to me. But our transfers have been pulling us back up into relevance. But I think we need to step up our high school recruiting a lot more.
We should just pay them more money.
I think that's a great idea.
Status check.
More money.
I do think that there's probably a design to that because recruiting out of high school is a long-term play, and I think right now the focus is on we have to win right now because a lot of true freshmen that are 3-4 stars for us are not going to help as much as the transfers because we don't want to show up and get destroyed every week in the ACC. So I think that as we kind of have a foundation, then I think those players start to come more in and we focus on that rather than being a transfer portal heavy team because we have been lately.
I think we've had to be for Rhett to get us back on the board in terms of getting.
I feel like that's always
wins
been the past 4 or 5 years. It's just taking kids off the transfer portal and benefiting from it.
We get the hand-me-downs a little bit from the bigger schools.
Well, okay, so this may be a terrible take, but maybe from SMU's perspective, maybe it's good that the ACC is possibly turning into more of a step below the SEC and the Big Ten, because then we can look at the starter or the backups for the starters in the SEC and the Big Ten and be like, hey, we have a good school, we can pay you a lot of money, just as much as they do, and you can start here, and we can pick them up.
Yeah.
That might be a terrible idea. I wouldn't like the ACC to be a step below the SEC and Big Ten in the world's eyes, but maybe SMU can benefit
It's probably
from
going
it.
to be.
We may not have a choice.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about there are some ideas floating around for the 14-team playoff that the SEC and the
Big Ten.
They get 3 automatic,
They get the bye, right? The
it was
champions
something
get
like
buys.
2 buys or I don't know, something crazy. It was just
No, I think 12-team is where it needs to stay.
Yeah.
Got to see it first at least.
Well, my hot take is I never wanted the playoffs to expand, so I thought our best chance
Whoa,
was in
really?
Florida. Yeah, no, I've told Ben this for the last year and a half. I think that expanding the playoffs actually hurts our chances of actually winning a title more than anything else.
Because we can't just sneak in there and get a fluke win. Is that what you're saying?
Because in some ways, yes, we can't have.
We can't TCU it, yeah.
We can't TCU it. That's exactly it. Is that an undefeated SMU team is never going to have, the way it was never going to have the quality wins needed. But undefeated is still an argument that could have been made the way that it was with teams
Liberty.
like Washington or Liberty. And so there was a chance that we could have snuck in like TCU did and then had a miracle win. Whereas right now with a 12-team playoffs, we are not going to have to get through one team to make the championship game the way that TCU did. We're going to have to win 3 games, which is brutal on a roster like ours. And it's a lot harder for us to do when they're not as fresh.
You sound like a reasonable SMU fan, not a delusional SMU fan.
Yeah, that's not what we came
Get out of here.
That's not what we came here for.
It will be exciting. I mean, there's going to be some level of excitement that comes with a 12-team playoff because we're going to see a lot more newness to the teams that are there. It's just I think that if you're looking at SMU's best chances to win a title, since we haven't won one in 30 years, our best chances were probably with a 4-team playoff. But that was just my personal take.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. That makes sense,
but not delusional enough.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
That's too rational.
We're going to win
We can win out.
12-team playoffs right
But
now.
there's the other side of now we actually have a chance of getting to the playoffs.
Right.
Because I feel like even with SMU, even if we went undefeated this year and it was a 14 playoff, I don't know if they'd give it to us. They didn't give it to
I think you
FSU.
have to. Well,
it's not.
if everyone stays healthy, you go undefeated, you have to go in.
Yeah, maybe so.
If their quarterback wasn't hurt, they'd be in.
I just feel like they've got something out for SMU for some reason.
That's true.
And it doesn't make
They
sense.
didn't give us a full revenue share, already.
Well, I just feel
We're
like
talking about the playoff committee.
The playoff committee.
Yeah. Just because I feel like it would make sense to be kind of behind us because it's a college football story, and I feel like it's just such a cool story, and you'd think people would get excited about it. You think they'd want to like push it a little bit.
Oh yeah,
for the media.
It's like
of it,
Colorado's
yeah.
story when Deion Sanders went there. They were
Exactly.
a 1-11 team, and then he comes in, they start winning.
I
3
mean,
games, everyone goes
marketing
crazy.
storm, yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't do the same for us.
That's a good point.
I think it's just going to take a bigger splash than what we have done because SMU's for the last 5 years we've started off real strong and then we've kind of tanked with Sonny. You know, he always ended up dropping off the board at the end.
No
and
win November.
I don't think
Yeah,
we,
no win November.
No win Novembers. And now that Rhett kind of pulled through for us and we finished the season strong, it was almost I think a shock to the nation more so than everyone just kind of thought, oh wait, they won again? Oh, they're still winning? Oh, that was unexpected.
At least now, if we win the rest of our games, we're national champions. Like you can.
That is
Yeah, I think okay.
You win all your
I think
games,
you're right.
you're national champions.
That
Which
is true.
It's crazy to me that's not going to be true in basketball next year. That only 15 teams are making the ACC basketball tournament.
Oh, not every team is gonna.
They're leaving the bottom 3 teams aren't making the conference tournament.
That's suspicious. It's almost like they just added 3 teams
and they just didn't want to change.
I don't know if that's really going to be relevant for us though. I can't imagine.
But why 15? Like 16 makes sense.
16
Leave-
would make more sense.
The odd
Leave 2
number.
out, but I think they want the
some buys. Yeah. Makes sense.
I think 2 people
It's
get
those-
double buys. or
Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
those just the people that run the conference. They think they're better than everybody.
Yeah, jeez.
And they just like want to benefit.
We're very
themselves.
excited to be a part of your
Yeah,
conference.
yeah, yeah. Hey, the ACC is awesome. I'm pumped.
We're putting it on all our jerseys. We're going to start getting paraphernalia. It'll be great.
I already
Yeah.
got the hat. I'm pumped.
You got
It's gonna be
what did you get? ACC hat?
ACC football hat.
Oh, that's.
I
great.
ordered it on eBay.
I know someone that like literally like you. They ordered an ACC shirt like the day it was announced.
Nice.
ACC.
Just
fans.
got to rep it. It's better than the American. So
Oh yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Power
We're very
3, baby.
thankful for you, American
Power
Conference.
3. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah, excited. But back to recruiting.
Back to recruiting. Yeah.
And 106 in the nation. That's what
Yes.
24/7 Sports says. I call BS on that. We have a guy named King Large.
I mean,
in our
he's a
recruiting.
he's a 5-star for his name alone.
Yeah. Who cares if he's actually a 3-star? He's a 5-star. And
In
we
our
should be
For the
We
name.
love
For
him.
the name, for
Yeah.
sure.
King,
Yeah.
we
King
want to see you
Star.
here.
We want you on the podcast.
Yeah,
as well.
King. King,
Come
my
join us.
king.
King Large. Sorry, not King Star. King 5-star large.
Yeah.
You're
Facts.
welcome
You
anytime.
got it.
Dude's got some large stars.
I think that, speaking of which, I actually think that would be something that would be exciting for the podcast to bring in some of the recruits that, they're wanting people to know about them on campus. It could even help them with their NIL stuff, get their name out there a little bit more. But just
Because we're very
bring some-
notable right now.
Yeah.
Like it
Right.
would really get us.
I'm just saying,
We're the best
some point,
podcast
we're the
in
best
Fondren
podcast.
Library.
We're
area.
gonna be-
We are the second best SMU sports podcast right now. How does that feel?
I think that's pretty great. I think that's a really good
Pretty
place
good.
to be for
I
us
mean,
right
that's
now.
like actually legit though.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's only one SMU sports podcast right now, and we're the second.
And we are the fastest growing SMU podcast. We went from 0 to 4 instantaneously.
That's
So
what
our
like.
growth is beyond exponential.
Yeah, exactly.
Fortnite.
Infinite growth.
We're excited to be here.
Yeah. Another thing too, 2025 recruiting class.
Are we like
looks
top
amazing.
25 for that?
Yeah, 20. Let me see. Let me pull it
Last
up
time I
real
checked,
quick.
it was 18, but it could have changed.
I think
And
we're 23.
We are
Yeah,
trending better.
23 overall.
Yeah, we are trending a lot better for
So you look
the
at this:
next year.
Yeah.
DeSoto, Duncanville.
Yeah,
That's all we
no,
need.
Duncanville's.
Arlington.
I mean,
So-
they were back-to-back state champions, and so it's just there's going to be a lot of talent coming through there.
For sure.
It is going to be a long battle though, because I don't know if you guys heard what's his name, our most recent like 4-star quarterback. He's like talking just the way he talks about like his commitment, but yet he's still taking a ton of visits. It's just
That's
it's a
a-
long
That's
it's a long
normal
game.
at this point.
Dude,
though.
it's a dirty game. Like when my
it
brother
is.
went through it, it was so bad.
Really?
Yeah. It was. I wouldn't.
A lot of shady
recommend.
shenanigans going on. People
Yeah,
still
and
talking
like
after they shouldn't be.
coaches make promises that they don't keep, and like get the kid to commit, and then screw him over in the end because a different, better kid just shows up. And
Mhm.
Sounds like Sonny Dykes to me.
yeah, well, Sonny the
I
Snake.
know he didn't.
Yeah.
receive
Sonny
him,
the
but
Snake. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that name. I don't like him.
Well, I just like the term for it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
It's
So
fitting.
speaking of Sonny and Hilton, you want to talk about bashing on TCU?
I think that's a great idea.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think so. We can go in any direction, but I was thinking a would you rather for SMU beating TCU this year. Like
Yeah.
you said it earlier.
Yeah, 1-11. I'll take it.
Yeah, if we beat TCU.
Yeah.
I had to think about it for a minute, but I think I'm with you. Like, not only like obviously it would suck doing that bad in our first time in our conference, but I mean we're locked in, so we're gonna be there. it would mean
really
more
suck
to
losing to Houston Christian, but I'll take it.
It's week 0. It doesn't count. Week 0 doesn't count.
That's week 1. Nevada's week 0.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
We have to lose to them too.
No, God. Yeah. Okay. Maybe not. No, I think it would. I would be fine with losing.
Not to be a contrarian, but I think I've actually moved on a little bit from TCU at this point, though. Is that we're no longer tied to them.
Get off this podcast.
He's
You're
the
too healthy.
one standard. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying that at this point, like TCU's, I mean, they got humiliated on the national stage. They basically showed up. They basically came across as fakers when they played against Georgia.
Yeah.
And then they just tanked.
And do you know how humiliating it would be to them to lose to us, and then for us to lose every other game in the season?
You know, there's a little beautiful. There's something beautiful about that.
Coming
I
off
do.
a
I
Houston
recognize
Christian
that.
loss. They have to come into forward, half empty. No one believes in us. 0-2.
And we beat them.
We beat the tar out of them.
That
If we don't win 69-0, though, I think I'd go the other way around.
I will say a
I give my
69-0
right
win
arm
there
to
would
beat them
be
69-0
Yeah,
this
but-
year and next year.
Yeah.
If we get the 2, I'll give you my right arm to beat TCU that
Would you
I'll
rather
relent for that.
would you rather beat them this year or next year?
next year.
Yeah.
So you'd rather lose
As the
this year
final
and beat
one.
them next year?
especially
In their home
And we
state.
got to
Fort
keep
Worth,
Irons to
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
also one
Let's
thing
just
that
take both.
one thing that makes me happy
Absolutely.
about this. I think I'm kind of in the middle. Like part of me, like last year, they were so bad that there was part of me I actually kind of started to feel bad for them.
No,
for
I
how
will never feel.
pathetic they
No,
were.
I can't
absolutely
feel
not.
bad for
I will
TCU.
never
I
feel
know.
bad for TCU.
I mean,
You're
like
the moody one. What's going on? Why
was-
are you?
This podcast is named after you, Ben.
I know. So I was loving how bad they were, and then by the end, I was kind of numb. I was like, "This is just pathetic." Like it's almost like
It is pathetic, and I
No,
love it.
it's
was
almost
pretty
I
like
love
it's
it.
like they're so pathetic. You're like, I don't even know what to think anymore. But anyways, what I loved was that this year when we were talking about Florida State, is all the people on like the college football playoff committee shows were saying they didn't want another TCU, and it's like that's their legacy. Is like TCU's the team
That is
that gets to
nice.
the
It does
playoff,
make that makes
gets
me really
blown
happy.
out.
They're,
It's
they're the
beautiful.
ultimate fakers, is what it
And-
is. They
And they
basically
won
you get
one game. It's like Cincinnati also got blown out by Alabama in the Cotton Bowl. But no, it's not. We don't want another Cincinnati. We don't want another
Yeah,
TCU.
we like that. I hate Cincinnati too, to be fair, but whatever.
Not as much as I hate TCU.
no, definitely not.
Not even close. Can you think of another? Would you rather? Like,
Would you rather win but lose Preston Stone that early in the season?
Oh,
just
no, I'm
ruin
fine.
the
Yeah,
rest of the season?
I would take the win.
You take
over
the win
TCU.
and
yeah,
lose,
yeah.
lose Stone.
Yeah.
And no like personal injury to Stone. Like if he just had to sit out the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah.
If he
Would you-
became ineligible based on
Stone,
how
we
bad he
love you.
beat
We don't
TCU.
want you injured.
would
We
you-
want you
Exactly.
here.
Would you shave every piece of hair off
Yes.
your body
Yeah.
for SMU to beat TCU?
Absolutely.
We got to go a lot higher than that.
Yeah, I think so.
How
I'm
about
not-
this? I would shave Jay to beat TCU.
I gotta be.
I don't know. I
honest,
may have to draw the line on that one.
I don't think I would be a good bald though, so I'm not sure if I'd want to shave my entire
Ben,
body
be committed.
or my eyebrows.
It's necessary.
I use the eyebrows a lot, so it would take away a big chunk of my personality.
Ben's eyebrows
can
are
draw
his
'em in.
personality.
You can
Draw 'em in. Yeah,
Yeah,
get
draw
a little
'em
Sharpie.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, it looks so bad.
But you would do it for your team.
Yes.
Yes.
Would you quit your job?
Oh.
I don't think
That's
so.
a-
I'm gonna play the kid card. I've got 2 kids. I can't do that
That's fair.
because I have to feed them.
Yeah.
If I could.
Well, I
if
didn't
could
say you
ensure
couldn't
that-
get another job.
So long as I could get a job where I could feed them and everything, I think
I
it might
really
be
like
worth
my
it.
job.
Yeah, I
You said
know
you
you
don't like
really
your
like your job. I really like my job too. It'd be hard.
Yeah,
We could switch jobs. Can we switch?
We do because
Ah.
yeah. I guess I could always go to a different firm, but I wouldn't want to do that because I really like where
Yeah,
I'm
I
at.
think I'd be a no.
Yeah, I'd probably be a no, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It's just a game.
It is. Yeah, we're getting too real. There's too much
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
All right. Back to.
Would you rather streak across the
Where?
field at the game?
At
Like
the
if
game.
you streak at the game, SMU will win.
Do
You-
I get to
You
watch?
are losing your job at that point. Just keep that in mind.
That's true.
So that's a kind of a combination of: are you just willing to streak for the fun of it because you're losing your job with it?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it. I just wanted to see what y'all would say.
Maybe if I
If
could
I could-
wear like a speedo, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I know that's not streaking, but it's. I feel like
It's close enough. Yeah.
It's close enough.
close.
Yeah.
Mm,
If I could
Jay's
ensure-
thinking about it. He's
I-
really
that's a good
thinking
one.
about it.
that's a good one.
You wouldn't be able to see Florida State though, because they'd probably kick you out.
They wouldn't
like,
let you.
for a
That's
long
another thing that's
time.
true. They
Yeah.
wouldn't.
You wouldn't let you
come
finish
back.
watching the game.
I couldn't
Yeah.
go back to any
Or the
future
next
SMU
games
game.
potentially.
Probably for a year. They probably wouldn't ban you permanently, but you
No,
probably
they
have
would
a couple
probably just
years.
ban you permanently.
Well,
You think so?
maybe if your genitals.
We don't have
recovered.
enough fans to ban people permanently. We need them to come back.
Yeah,
True.
I'm a 2-sport season ticket holder.
That
They
is
can't.
true.
They can't kick me.
Yeah, no, I've got too many points in there. They're like
Yeah.
system or
My
whatever.
Mustang Club points.
Yeah, exactly. My 2 points for buying the cheapest tickets possible, cheapest season tickets possible.
Bro, I'm so excited to have Duke at home next year.
Oh my gosh.
That's gonna
Okay.
be insane. Moody Magic.
Oh yeah.
If we'll finish talking about TCU, then we'll jump into Moody Magic and a little bit of basketball. Give you a score update. But is there anything else we'd be willing to trade? I mean, if it goes
Maybe my firstborn child's name.
Would you name them Rhett?
Yeah, that's a good name. Brett's a good name.
boy or girl, that works.
Boy or girl?
Boy or
yeah,
girl.
yeah,
Guaranteed.
potentially.
Okay.
I think
Do
about
you think
it.
Erica would be
Seriously.
on board with that?
No, no way,
wouldn't?
no
No
way,
way, okay.
no way.
I would 100% name my first child, Rhett or whatever. I don't care.
Peruna.
How do you know
If
my
it's a
first
daughter.
child's name? Yeah, of course
I know
do
you
that.
I also, yeah. Let's also just talk bad about TCU in general. I think they're way too cocky. They think they're smarter than us, and they're not.
I was gonna say objectively they're not in terms of just alumni success. Like, when's the last time you've heard of just like who's a famous TCU person?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, that's.
And if
we
there
have
was,
Kevin from The Office.
Yeah.
and if there was a famous TCU person, I wouldn't watch anything that they're in.
Brian, you're
Amen.
also invited to the podcast. Brian Baumgartner,
Yes,
Kevin from The Office. Come on.
absolutely. We'd love to have you on.
Your campus looks like a La Quinta Inn.
Quinta.
Yes.
Pretty-
Horribly ugly campus.
You act country, but you're not.
Facts.
Really, in a lot of ways, they're just kind of a discount SMU, except for people that are just dumb enough to pay the same price.
Purple's kind of a stupid color.
Any man walking around.
Oh
in
yeah,
purple-
yep.
Oh,
Blue and red, all the way.
yes, sir.
Also,
Not the mix. Don't mix them.
Yeah, don't mix them. And don't go too far down on that. That's
That's bad news.
pony up. Not
Yeah.
this.
Mm.
Pony up.
Also, a horned frog isn't actually a frog.
It's a lizard.
So
Yeah,
It's
it is.
kind
It's
of
a
an
lizard.
ironic, very ugly looking.
Does that just speak to the level of education you get over there?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
Can we
I think it's
insert
something
the video of the riff ram Bazoo?
Oh,
I think-
whatever?
no.
You
What
know
about the
what?
Hypnotoad?
Oh gosh,
Hypnotoad. Oh, so
it's
stupid.
so bad.
I
Literally
think
just makes me cringe when
Well,
I
if
see
you ever
it.
want anti-SMU footage, we don't have to make anything. We just put their stuff up there.
Yeah, TCU's marketing materials are
It's
pretty
trash.
anti-TCU,
It just
honestly.
works.
Yeah, it makes me want to not be at TCU.
Any recruit that's considering going to TCU, just look at their
Just
videos.
just Google Riff Ram Bazoo video.
Just look
Yeah.
it up.
A lawnmower.
We'll throw it in right now.
Well, Ben, you got it right.
Yeah.
Your brother-in-law, he's got it.
We gotta put that in.
Yeah, throw it up there.
No, I'm referring to the video where it's like the dad's like pushing the lawnmower,
lawnmower,
and
yes.
like the
The
cheerleaders.
popcorn
and,
gets thrown in the air.
yeah.
Is
The
that the one that
videos.
they like scrubbed it off of social media?
Yes.
Did they really?
No, they,
I
they
don't
tried
The
to
only
get
place
rid
Because
I
it
of
was
can
so
find it is in our
embarrassing.
group chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
I
it
didn't know
was
they
getting
did that.
so much hate because it was so bad.
It's so
they had to
bad.
pull it.
It's hilarious.
Oh man.
Good job, TCU. Whoever's on that marketing team,
Keep it
we
up.
appreciate you.
Keep
We
it
want-
up.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. I also.
You know what SMU and TCU students have in common, right?
What's that?
They both got into TCU. So
That is
Ooh, that's true.
Mhm.
That is true.
it's a pretty sad place to be.
It is.
Yeah.
Has Fort Worth ever crossed your mind? No, not really.
No.
Doesn't spend much time there.
Yeah. And I'm really sorry to my family members that go to TCU, but
It's-
Members?
my family members.
Is it? I thought it was just Hilton.
My
Is there
cousin.
anyone
My cousin went too.
Ugh.
I don't know. You
My
don't have to be
sister's
sorry
trying to
them.
transfer there too.
Man.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
she's a tech right now. She's trying to transfer to TCU. How does that make you feel, Jay?
You know,
He's fuming on the inside.
I can't imagine transferring to TCU for anything. Any money in the world, no, a hard pass. But
Yeah.
I guess it's a little understandable. She's from here. Be close
That's
to
what she wants to
family.
be closer to home.
And I'm not
And she wants to be a PA, so like TCU has a good,
love tech, but Lubbock is
not close to home.
not close to home. Not the best place in the world. I'm gonna be honest. Windy days,
Sandy,
depending on.
flat.
Smells like cow crap. A lot of the time.
Yours.
We
But
might
the
have had to edit
tortillas are
something
great.
out.
The tortillas. Are
Oh
great.
yeah, yeah. Roses, right?
Roses is
Roses
good.
Cafe.
Roses.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Another thing
We
I
don't
want
need
to
to talk about tech too much.
yeah. Before we move on to basketball,
Okay.
one more football thing, because it kind of fits into what we're talking about. But so I saw this thing last year. The Texas State versus Rice game was the highest attended game in our stadium.
That's sad.
Yeah. And
That's
so I
really
wanted to
sad.
ask, like, when do you think our stadium will be full of our fans?
I'll be interested to see BYU.
Yeah.
BYU at home. I think they travel pretty well, but I don't know.
But do you think a ton of our fans are going to show up for that? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to have a marquee win. I think if we get a marquee win, then people are going to start. Then people will
True.
start coming out. We've seen it
Yeah.
happen in the
We beat-
past when we had really good wins.
If we beat BYU and TCU, I think the Florida State game's full.
I think the
Something
Florida
like
State
that.
game is full no matter what. But
Yeah.
depending on
But how
full
many
of
SMU
How many
fans will be
ours?
there?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if we beat TCU and we beat BYU, I think you're right. I think Florida State could be an extremely full game.
Yeah.
Like the TCU game the year after Sonny left. So
that one.
think so.
That one sucked too because it wasn't even full. People couldn't get in for like.
yeah, no, it was
It was a mess.
You
it
know,
was a logistical
it's so
nightmare.
hot.
as much as we hate on TCU people, when they gave us crap for that game, I 100% agree with them. That was
Yeah.
that was a complete nightmare. It was
Yeah.
so hot,
It was
couldn't get
miserably hot.
water, can't move in the.
They've definitely made some
Corridors.
good upgrades to how they run
I think so.
the system, like
Yeah.
moving
Mm-hmm.
the entrance areas out,
Yep.
Yeah.
so there
Yeah.
can be more entry points,
Right.
basically.
Mhm.
More space.
And like the way the concessions work is way better now.
Oh yeah.
The new end zone facility.
I'm curious
Yeah.
to see how that does. I wonder if you can walk.
Well,
through
if
it,
you'll be, oh yeah, that's a good question.
because it'll just be very interesting
Be
to
able to
see.
walk all the way around, or
Or
if
if
like
there's
you're on
gonna be a
one end, you'll
guy
have to
there
do
with
the
the
whole
list.
horseshoe.
Sorry, you can't. Get
Yeah, I'm
That'd
really
be pretty
excited
mystical if you had
to hang
to.
out in our $22,000 seats that we got.
Oh yeah.
We might have to do a podcast in there sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's have a.
You pay
podcast
that money-
at Ford.
Yeah, if you pay that much money for season tickets, they should let you into the stadium anytime.
I
Honestly,
Agreed.
agree. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
just own your seats.
Yeah. For the season.
Give us a key.
Do you know how boxes work? Like,
Huh.
so you, at least, okay, this is at least at TCU. I don't know what it is elsewhere. We have a friend who, when my brother started playing there, bought a box up there. And the way it works is you have to you have to buy the box for 7 years. So if you're buying it because you're rich and your kid plays there and you want to watch them, like, you have to buy it for longer than your kid will actually be playing there. That's right. So you have to pay for 7 years of the box. And then you have to pay for the tickets for each game to get into the box.
Really?
Yes. And honestly, I think
Surely
that's
it
how
doesn't work that way.
I think that's how it works everywhere.
That's rough.
Surely it doesn't work that way, does it?
Yeah.
I also
Rick, hey Rick.
Rick Hart, you're also
Reach
invited
out.
on the podcast.
Yeah, anytime.
Put us up in a suite. Show us how it works.
I've
Yeah,
I've hung out in
firsthand
Rick's I've hung out in Rick's suite before.
Have you?
It's nice. It's also his
gotta-
office. It's really cool.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
that is actually pretty awesome.
I got to get up in there in the suite sometime. That'd be great.
But
Yeah.
surely you
Haven't
can
been up
also
there.
you probably can sell your box after your kid's gone. Is my guess. My guess
Oh,
is that
I mean,
people
you
can
can
just
sell-
their-
you can
to other
s-
fans.
You'd have
Yeah.
to buy the tickets, right? And then
You
sell
can-
the tickets.
Yeah, you'd have to buy the ticket and sell the tickets. Maybe you could also, like, I don't know, like, I guess sublease the rights to the box or something
That's
for
what
the
I was thinking.
following
You could
years.
probably do something like
But
that.
still, I mean, it's just kind of a
It's a
slimy
pain.
thing to do, you know?
Oh yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
So first sellout of the year. Is that the question? Is it
Yeah.
is it BYU or TCU?
TCU, I think, will sell out.
I don't think it will.
You don't think it'll sell out?
Not this year. I think it'll sell it next. I think obviously next year.
It did sell out last year though.
It was sold
even
out.
though
So
But the
sold
stadium
out.
wasn't full.
But
the
the
stadium
stadium
wasn't
wasn't
full.
But-
So yeah, we're
But that
talking.
was
But
if
not-
it's
I'm
gonna
talking
be
full
sell out,
stadium. Like,
okay.
people buy the tickets and show up.
That's what I was meaning. I'm not sure if it'll be.
And I'm not
full.
talking SMU Memphis game where they're handing out tickets to homeless people just to get the stadium full.
I don't know. I could see BYU and TCU just because of
Yeah,
the
I
new conference buzz. I could see
Yeah.
it.
I think
but
I think we're
BYU will be.
75%.
I think BYU will be sold out. I think TCU will be completely full.
yeah, I could
Yeah.
see that.
Because this
Okay.
is our last time TCU is coming to our
It wouldn't-
stadium.
It wouldn't
that right?
surprise me
Yeah.
too
Mhm.
much
Maybe.
that if Houston Christian was sold out, but it was 3/4 full.
Yeah, I mean, the first home game's always pretty full. And I
Right.
bet the weather would be pretty nice.
August 31st. It's
Never mind. I'm thinking backwards. That was dumb. That was
The
so
last
dumb.
game of the season will be nice.
Yeah, the last. Yeah.
Man, this week was insane.
This week is great. Yeah.
Well, it depends on what day it was.
Well,
Was it
yeah,
90
true.
on Monday and then 40 degrees on Wednesday or something
Yeah.
like that? Anyway,
Today was
insane.
nice.
Yeah.
To be
great-
fair though,
great for
I do feel like most home games are pretty packed, and then once halftime ends, everyone's gone. Which is another thing I have to say with like the way they work the system is I noticed that like at least 2 years ago we can't come back into the stadium after, like you can't leave and come back.
Yeah, that's how it is
Mhm.
everywhere though.
But I've been to stadiums where that's, or maybe I haven't. I don't know. I just think like if you want to leave to get water, like you should be able to come back. I just feel like
You just get water from the concessions. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think
I'm
think
not
they're
gonna
just-
pay for it.
the
Yeah.
It's like a
concessions,
$4
it is
water bottle.
It
Yeah.
is a crazy markup.
I do
but
think they're handing out
the
waters now,
$12
though.
beers.
But
well, no,
think-
yeah, they do hand out like they have like
That's-
water
that's
fountains
newer,
now
yeah.
yeah, that's
and
true.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I wonder
Yeah.
if that'll continue over. Surely August 31st.
it
they're
has
gonna-
to
I think they will for the first game.
at
Um,
least. Yeah, you think they keep going?
I don't know.
With
know it's not selling
Texas
out.
weather. It needs to go
Yeah.
through like September.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean
Yeah.
I've seen people just straight up pass out in that stadium because it's so hot.
Yeah.
They need
I'm used to seeing people pass out on the boulevard before they go in.
That's for a different reason. Yeah.
We
That
won't
is for
say
a different
why, but you know.
I think I'm looking at the score. I think we skip over basketball right now because they're storming back, and I'm not liking the score. It's
Uh-oh.
24 all right now in basketball land. Just gonna let that simmer. We'll talk.
Yeah,
about that
we'll
later.
come
We
back
can
to
come back
that.
it.
Yeah. Also, just the idea of Rice playing Texas State is funny to me because it's like literally polar opposites of the football of like the college spectrum in Texas.
Saying
You
one's
know?
totally academic.
They
not
drank him out of beer.
football-focused at all.
I think the
Texas State, yeah, yeah, yeah.
side ran out of beer. They went to the Rice side and drank all their beer.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. They're out by like halftime.
Way.
Yeah,
Was
This
this
is
for
the
you,
Was this the bowl
Texas
game?
the bowl
State?
game. Yeah.
The
Who
Now-
won?
Texas
Uh,
State is their first bowl victory.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
wow.
Yeah. But I did see that it wasn't SMU that managed the concessions. It was some other company,
I think we.
and they
It's
screwed it up.
Aramark, right?
Yeah.
Aramark always.
Oh, they always do it.
I think they always run our.
Well, they do a
concessions.
good job for us. But most of
Well-
our fans are drunk by the time they get in there, so they don't need beer.
That's
Yeah, I think
true.
that may be what it is.
That
Also,
is
I think
true.
Texas State fans drink a little bit more than SMU fans.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
But good
but-
for you, Texas State.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, big.
Winning your
congrats.
first bowl game, and I mean, weren't
But
they?
I'm just,
in
it's kind of funny because I'm just like imagining the Texas State fans on the one side of the stadium, just torn to pieces, just like going crazy. And then all of the Rice fans just like sitting
all
really proper.
Yeah.
They got like suits on or something, you know?
the bow ties.
Yeah.
doing the little golf clap whenever they score a touchdown.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah,
I went to the Rice game this year. It was pretty fun. Their stadium is
was a good
huge.
game.
really.
It was a good game. Their stadium's huge, but it's completely empty.
Do the fans? Yeah, I was gonna say, do
The
the fans
fans
get
don't
eaten by
come,
the
right.
size of the stadium?
Right. Well, they used to be a Southwest Conference school, and so when
Rest in peace.
JFK gave his speech, we're going to the moon. Not because it's easy, because it's hard. It was at Rice Stadium.
Yeah, it was at that stadium.
Yeah.
And
it's really
so
cool.
lots of historic things happen there, but it's huge. But not
Nothing
for-
related to football.
not
It's
football.
just hard being in a big city. There's so much to do. Like I think that's a big drawback for SMU. Is like
Exactly.
there's so much to do in Dallas. It's like you don't just have. It's not like Auburn. Like no offense to Auburn people, but like over there's nothing there but football. And I get that they're better than us, but it's a different dynamic.
Now, I'm just gonna make a comment on something that I think Walker had said earlier about how it would be a lot of fun to go play the old Southwestern Conference teams like Rice. That just made me think about it again. That would be really fun. We really.
Oh, yeah.
That would be actually awesome.
If we could set up a rivalry with one,
Just
you know,
one
forget
of them.
TCU. Obviously, TCU is the number one answer, but
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, which Southwest Conference team would you want to play every year, home and
Ooh.
away?
Can you pull up a list? Because I don't have them
Yeah,
all
I can give
off
you-
the
You
dome.
have it.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Texas Tech,
read it for us?
UT.
Baylor, Rice, us, A&M, TCU, Tech, University of Houston, University of Arkansas, UT.
I would say UT or A&M. Just
To have a
because
rivalry.
of-
Yeah, but
because
I yes, that'd be fun. But
It'd
I
be fun
feel
to
like
play them like
there are
once.
so many schools where their entire identity is surrounded by either hating A&M or hating Texas. Like that's
Mm,
literally their
Yeah, that's true.
identity.
yeah, we play second fiddle to it.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a part of that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I
So
feel
definitely not UT.
I feel like Baylor's more our speed, like similar school.
Baylor would be fun.
Pretty
Baylor
close.
buy into
TC,
that.
TCU's replacing us with Baylor for their yearly
I
rivalry.
still feel like it's not like that huge of a rivalry, but maybe I'm wrong.
Missed the butt.
the
ball.
Baptists versus the Methodists.
when Tech
That
played
might be fun.
Baylor every year at AT&T Stadium, they called it the Bud Bowl, the BUTT Bowl.
Oh,
That's great.
that's funny.
I think Baylor would be a solid option. Personally, I would love Tech.
Baylor. Oh yeah, that would be super fun. I mean, Tech fans are fun too. They're
And
crazy.
they travel
wild.
They
well,
are
yeah.
crazy.
They do travel. They travel
Well,
really well.
Yeah.
Actually, Tech's largest alumni base is the Metroplex. It's not-
Yeah, I believe it.
It's they have more alumni in the Metroplex than they do in Lubbock. So
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Metroplex is
That's
huge.
crazy.
Transition off of that. I saw that SMU is now in the largest Metro Pop market in the ACC.
I
Wow.
believe that. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think we're tied with one of the schools in California.
Metro Pop.
In terms of
Population.
Oh.
Metro population, Ben.
It's probably Cal and Stanford, right?
It's one of them, yeah.
Yeah,
Are
it's
they
gotta be.
both in the San Francisco area?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where
I
Cal
actually
is.
don't know. I don't know.
I
what
know
that was.
Stanford's in like south of.
It's them, basically. It's us and them. Everyone else is small. So basically, SMU's the
Yeah.
best now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have the
Sounds-
most people.
Sounds about right.
That
Yeah.
sounds right.
Yeah.
Come at us, ACC.
We're the best.
Yeah. Come beat us. Come
But
play us.
don't though.
10 and
Yeah,
2.
don't beat us, don't
10
beat
and
10 and 2.
The two being Nevada and Houston Christian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start off
That
slow,
would be a year.
keep going. Yeah. Leave us out of the playoffs. Hey, I
Okay.
see uniform review on the.
Ben wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, I would love to hear your hot takes, Ben.
Well, so do we want to talk about football or basketball? Because I have thoughts on both.
I think we could do both.
Do we want to talk about SMU?
Well, let's finish with the football, and then let's go. Let that be the transition into basketball. Maybe
There's still some more football
more football stuff.
conversations that I want to talk about. Maybe we hold them back for the next episode, but
We can.
I was gonna say
yeah, we can get into
we do
basketball
probably.
here
Yeah,
soon.
I think it might be good considering that we're in the midst of a game.
Yeah.
We do want to transition into it at some point. I think.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about football uniforms, and then we'll jump into to basketball uniforms.
The only thing I wanted to say is that
Hold on. Pause on the uniforms. Okay, no, I see the SMU logo. Ben's mic was blocking the SMU logo on your shirt. So I was like, did this dude really not wear an SMU shirt? But
For our
okay, sorry.
inaugural
Go ahead, Ben.
I hate TCU's uniforms. So let's put some context here. We're talking about
Red, the
logos
purple
and stuff.
suck.
I hate Texas. I grew up an OU fan. I've always hated Texas, but I love their uniforms. Their logo is awesome. But TCU just objectively is bad. And the scales up here or whatever.
Oh
they
yeah,
are,
it looks stupid.
It looks so
The
bad.
diamonds, yeah, whatever the thing. They also have the alternate jersey that's black and red.
It looks so bad.
The
I think
bright
purple
pinkish
and
red. It's no.
is the worst.
Yeah, but it's like, where did the red come from?
They
That's
wanna
our
be like
color.
us.
Isn't
they
that,
do,
Isn't that
yeah.
the Hypnotoad? Isn't he have red eyes or something? I don't know. It's something stupid like that.
Because he's stoned. He's Preston stoned.
He's gonna get stoned this year. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
He is.
I will say I love our uniforms, but what I noticed last year was they didn't change the font for SMU on the white jersey, but they did on the blue jersey. This
yeah.
SMU right here, they had the old one on the white, and I was like, "What are we doing
Well,
here,
it
guys?"
depends. There are like two different fonts. It's like there's like
There
the
are, yeah.
regular white jersey is the old one, and it's not even like the curved. It's just like SMU.
It looks bad though.
You think so?
I don't like.
It's like-
just the letters. I'm just talking about the font. The
Yeah.
uniform itself is nice.
Yeah, that's a big question. Like, so we had the white ones we wore at OU and at Temple, I think.
Maybe I mixed it. Let me see.
We're trashing on TCU things, and
Yeah,
their
you guys keep
aesthetic
going.
No, well, this-
is their basketball court is so
Oh,
awful.
it looks
Has
bad.
it changed? It's been the same since when we went.
Right. I went to a game there one time, and I was walking in, and these ladies were talking about how great it looked. They were like 75-year-old women. Two of them. Just
You gotta
walking
forgive
into
him then.
into a basketball. I don't.
It's
It's
No
awful.
mercy. If you're a TCU fan,
They
no
were
mercy.
really bragging about it, and they're like, "This is the best looking court in the country." And I was like, I can't watch it. Like it is impossible to look
They
at.
play at
Yeah.
Dickies, right? Is that where they
No,
play?
no, they've got their
No,
own.
they have their
Oh,
own.
they
Yeah,
have their own.
yeah,
Okay.
they have their own.
Okay. By the way, I was wrong. If y'all see the white, they changed the font on the white one.
Yeah,
The white one is good, but then the blue one, where was it? It's still the.
but we have a white version of that as well.
I just don't like that
Talk into the
font.
mic,
I
Jay.
like the new
I'm sorry.
font.
We have a white version of that home blue, and then there's a.
I like the new SMU font though. That's my thing. I really
Yeah.
like this.
I think
But-
that's our best jersey.
The white one.
But what do we think about the
is that
blue?
the one we wore to the championship game? Move over one picture.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
Although-
best
Too
one.
bad no one can see.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
We gotta explain it.
Yeah.
Do you want to give an in-depth explanation of what the
Here,
jersey
well, I'll
looks
just
like? Ben?
name the games that we wore them at.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the,
they can just
the
look 'em up.
OU and the championship game.
I love that
blues
it's off the
look
dome
great.
for you. Yeah.
I do-
The senior day look with the blue jersey, the blue pants, and the white and blue helmet was bad.
Mm.
It actually, I think that's our only bad uniform combination.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it was like the Dallas pants matched up with the home regular jersey,
Yeah.
blue jersey, and then the white and blue helmet. It looked really bad.
I don't mind the white and blue helmet though.
I don't mind it either. I prefer the Big D, but I like only wearing that.
Most people.
Yeah,
do.
he does.
Most people do.
The Big D helmet is my favorite.
Oh,
But,
for
yeah.
sure. I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
but I think the blue one is good. The classic is just classic. It's pretty great. I think we have some of the best uniforms in the country.
Yeah, I agree.
Just to
Our logo's the coolest. It was on my wedding cake. My groom's cake was the SMU like Dallas logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Red velvet on the inside.
there you go.
Yeah.
Pony up.
Yeah. Pony up.
That's what we're talking
What about the black? I know some people didn't like. I like the black, but I get like it looks like Memphis, like they're gray and blue.
I don't think we should be messing with black jerseys. It's just not us.
If we go back to freshman year, we wore so 2017 SMU versus Tulane. We wore these black jerseys with red numbers and these chrome red helmets. We looked like Christmas
think I
ornament.
remember that.
Oh, yeah.
It was so bad.
No.
It was so bad. I think
We
we
shouldn't do
steer
that.
as far away from that as possible.
Yeah.
about. See,
I agree with the black. It's not my favorite.
I think the kids like it.
I
Though,
think
is what
I think
hear.
black can
That's
look good.
kids
It's
on the
just
team.
that like
if the
Walker
recruits
said,
like it,
it's
then
not us.
let's
I
wear it
think
once a
that's
year.
what it is.
It's just people are going to be talking too much about why are we doing this more so than these uniforms look good. It's just going to be confusing to the fans. I don't know.
What about the gray and red? What do we think of those?
That's also a bad one.
Do you have it?
There's the picture
Yeah.
of the.
I'm not saying I
Walker
like
team.
it. Oh, the
Didn't
black
you just
one
say
is,
that we
is
or
terrible.
not Walker? Jay, you said that we just had one bad uniform. Now
I
these
honestly,
are bad.
I don't,
Well, I was talking about last season.
I
Last
don't,
season.
I don't mind the gray.
I don't think it's too bad.
I think it looks kind of cool with the red.
You would
The
you
Or it look cool with the blue.
if
for
we kept
sure.
the current?
Oh, do they have red and blue on it?
yeah, it's out.
No, they shouldn't do that. Yeah, yeah. It should be like either a solid red or solid blue with like white outline with the gray background.
And there was one
I think
year
that
where
would
they
look cool.
wore like cream pants and like a red jersey.
Are those the throwbacks?
Yeah, there were throwbacks
Yeah.
at one point. This is before
You can
our
get away
time.
with a throwback though. If that's actually what they wore back then, like that's
Mhm.
fine. I'll let them have it.
Let's
You
just
know-
let's just explain to the audience real fast. I'm passionate about things like jerseys. I don't know why. Like if they look bad, it makes me angry. Like I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
So that's why we're talking about this.
Then gets
The
angry.
Mustang Mood
You know what?
really
I do get
kind of
angry.
goes through the roof right
Here's
now.
here's another logo I really like. Is
I
the,
do like
the
that.
skyline
Oh, with the-
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
pony.
Skyline
yeah.
in the pony.
I
That was
wish
a big
we could bring that
basketball
back a
thing
little
too.
bit.
We should do that. I don't like the chrome face mask,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I don't like the
Be a-
chrome color, but I like the logo itself.
yeah,
I'm fine with the
Yeah.
chrome on the logo. It's the face mask that throws me.
I just
there's
like
a-
seeing the Dallas skyline in the pony. I think that's
Do we
a
Yeah,
miss-
that's
unique,
really cool. The
cool
Dallas
idea.
I
skyline
like
in the
that
pony.
one.
Do we miss red jerseys?
Yeah.
ha-
I like
Yeah.
red jerseys.
We haven't worn
I
red.
think we look good in
since
red.
Have we
Chad
not?
Morris. No, Sonny
Really?
never wore it. And
What do we just do white and blue?
white and blue.
That looks
black.
good.
And
I
black.
like the way that looks.
The red looks good on us.
I was really hoping that we'd get the red Dallas jersey this year for UNT. I thought that would have been a good look to pull out.
Yeah, red and green Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Red against green. Yeah.
That's a good point.
I have to say
Red
though,
button.
like moving on, I really don't like our basketball uniforms. I feel like they look like high school uniforms.
They're-
Maybe that's just me, but it looks. I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
have to pull it
just
up real quick.
Here's the black basketball.
I like that.
Those are
one.
cool.
That one
Yeah,
is
that is
really
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
yeah. I like
You
that.
like-
You're
one.
okay with black for basketball?
Yeah. Just not
I'm
football.
almost less okay with black
Really?
for basketball. Yeah, it's not us. It doesn't. When you turn on the TV, it does not say SMU. at
Yeah,
all,
I can get that. I can
at
get
all.
that.
And then they match. ESPN matches the color around your.
And to see like
your
SMU the
name.
black background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
I just like this. Like I just don't like the material. It looks like a practice jersey you wear in high school. Like just that
Yeah.
mesh.
Those
Like
pennies.
I don't know.
Which one?
I'm just not a huge fan of it.
Yeah. I don't,
What do we think about the Mustang instead of it saying SMU or Dallas on the chest? I
I'm fine
feel
with
like
that.
we've been wearing several of those.
it's a
this
good
year.
logo. It's a real good logo.
I don't know.
Do they put the Dallas logo on the basketball jerseys?
Yep.
They do.
Yeah, we've got I think a blue, white, and
Here we
maybe
go.
it's in the black. The black says Dallas.
Oh, no, those are older.
Sorry, I'm making. all
Okay.
sorts of
No, I'm
noise.
talking about like
think
this
he's
or
saying-
this.
Oh, the big D. No,
Yeah. They
not
don't
like
do that on the basketball
It's
jerseys.
probably on the
It's on the
shorts.
shorts.
Yeah.
Jay just wants the big D
Oh,
on
okay.
every logo that he can.
Big D.
Yep.
Can we put that as one of the sound effects?
I-
The big D.
That'd be hilarious.
That would
Yeah.
be actually really fun.
That would be nice.
There is a way to upload sound effects onto the soundboard.
That thing's cool. It looks a lot.
It's very professional, also very expensive.
Really.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll save up for a few months.
Status Jet, hits up.
We'll
Get
put
us
your
our
name all over
equipment.
that thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll wear polos, hats, whatever. We'll get tattoos.
Mm.
Another thing I was wondering, we're talking about rivals. earlier. Who should our new rival be in the ACC?
If I got to pick, if we got to pick one rival, who would we pick?
In the ACC, yeah.
In the ACC?
I can say it would not be Boston College.
No.
They're not
hate-
worth our time.
No,
No.
No. Definitely not.
I just hate him for some reason.
Honestly, like,
I think Duke would be a good rival.
I think
Another
Duke would be-
private, small school.
yeah, I'd be
High
also okay
academics.
with one of the California schools. It's like Texas versus
Stanford?
California, yeah.
I'm okay with that too. I
I-
think Georgia
I'd-
Tech would be fun too.
I just
think
see. I just don't know enough. about it.
Atlanta,
Like,
Atlanta and Dallas kind of rivalry. I could see that being something, but
oh yeah, Atlanta, Dallas.
it's
yeah.
not yet. But I could see that being something.
Yeah,
cool.
because I feel like we're losing a bit of soul, not having a solid rivalry anymore after next year with TCU.
I mean, who was our rival this year though? I think Houston was probably our
TCU?
rival.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. TCU.
yeah.
But
But I guess we didn't really have many in the conference
right.
anymore after like Cincy.
So UNT thinks
Houston
they're our
left.
rival, but they're not.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, UNT. Yeah,
It's kind of like a circle, you know. It's the same way with UT. Everyone thinks UT is their rival, and UT's like yeah,
they think we
kinda
really
only
they
care
think
about
we really care
OU.
about them, but we don't. We really just don't care about UNT.
I've spent like 0 minutes thinking about
Yeah,
UNT.
still making enemies.
actually didn't even know that they considered us their rival.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they're
Oh,
serious
they
about
hate
it.
us.
Especially basketball. Like when they beat us in basketball, it was like
It's huge.
a huge deal for them.
That's wild. Every game I've been to for UNT, we just beat them down, and so I just.
I would
never
love to play
thought
them in the
about it.
tournament. That'd be fun. If we get them in Fort Worth this year,
Yeah, no, that'd be
that'd
fun.
I can't lie. I was really embarrassed to be in a conference with a team like UNT. So,
When they joined the
And-
AAC.
and UTSA. That's really-
Charlotte.
Yeah.
like when they made the announcement, guys, look who we're adding. We were like,
Charlotte.
are you kidding me? I mean, FAU in basketball maybe, but like,
FAU's basketball stadium or their arena was pathetic.
oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's
It's crazy.
there are
how
high
good
schools
they
in
are.
Midland. There are high schools around here that are
Like Tulane's football stadium. Like a high school stadium.
Oh yeah.
I think Midland's high school stadium is larger.
I will say our football stadium
We also have
prior to the renovation was not great either.
It wasn't
It
good.
was very much like a high
Are-
school
are you-
stadium as well.
d- Are you glad the lawn is gone?
no. I would have rather us added boxes above the like in between Armstrong and
What about y'all? The lawn. How do you feel about it?
I think it was too soon. I
Then-
think we needed to start filling the stadium before we really did that addition. I get the idea of you build it and then the fans come, but I don't think we were quite there yet.
I think it took up a lot of space, and so like a lot of people would just go there from their seats, so it makes the stadium look more empty.
Yeah.
That's the one
would say-
negative.
I think the lawn was bad for the culture. I think it was bad for the student section because all the students that was the student section. They would just sit. They would sit
Yeah.
in the lawn and just chat with their girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And there was
Not
a
be
little
engaged.
group. There was the little group of frat guys
Frat
that
boys.
stood up in the front and would fight each other every now and
Crazy.
then. But then everyone else was just sitting on the lawn, trying to sit in the shade, just chatting. No one was watching the game. It was at the
That
end
is true.
zone, so you like didn't have a very good view, and there was no culture with it. But now,
That's another thing too. Is why did they build it there in the end zone where you have a terrible view? Why are you paying so much money to sit down
well,
there?
it's the club. They got a club there. It's
How is
cool.
that
It's-
fixing
it's
the
a-
culture?
It's exclusive. It's not. That's not for the culture.
Yeah.
That's for the
the
That's for
benefactors.
our
Yeah.
NIL donors.
And for the stadium noise to kind of enclose it. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it'll sound louder.
Yeah. And I
Maybe-
think it's gonna be really
Maybe
nice.
we
It-
can
well,
hear the band from the back. You know.
Yeah, and- well, and they
that's
also-
not the band's fault. They're just too small.
they also built that for more football facilities, so it's gonna help us
Yeah.
with recruiting. and
I don't know
stuff.
how. I've seen on Billy posted some pictures of like the walkthrough. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be there, and it looks not that big to me, just like from the outside. So,
But it's several stories.
yeah, they're
you
they're
know?
putting a lot of
Mhm.
stuff in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna
But-
be cool.
I think now that we have all of our students in an actual student section, we have an alumni section that has discounted tickets for alumni, that it's right next to it. It's right on the visitor
Mhm.
side behind the visitors.
Yeah.
I think like the culture and like the cheering and the getting rowdy at football games is
Of
going to be
the
a lot.
Stampede.
Yeah, like it's going to be a lot better. And I want to move this into, we don't really have many traditions
Yeah.
at SMU.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What tradition should we add? One off the top of my head, I would love to do what OU does with field goals, where they throw the opposing team's football out of the stadium. Like we could
That'd be
totally
fun.
do that on our other end zone
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
bowl,
Yeah.
and that'd be funny.
I think even like building up chants. Like I went to a Baylor football game a couple years ago, and I was impressed with like all the students knew all the chants and stuff, and I was like, we didn't really have that at SMU.
No,
like,
there was no football culture.
like we
Yeah.
need that though, and that's
Yeah.
something they have to. I think they are
I think it
trying to
starts
work
with
on
learning
that.
the
But
fight song. I think a lot of people don't
I know
know
the fight song.
Yeah, yeah. I know
Do,
you.
do y'all know the fight
Do you know
song?
the fight song?
I know most of the words, like 95%.
Ben.
Yonnic?
You know, I've always been able to follow it,
I don't know the
but
first.
it's not the same when you're
Hail.
having to do.
Oh,
Hail
that's
to the
right.
red
Hail
and
to
the
the red.
blue.
the
Yeah,
blue.
No,
yeah.
I can follow it when everyone else is singing it, but
What's
I'm
the
not sure if I could
first
just do it outright on
Yeah.
my own. You know what I mean?
They-
Like there's a level
The
of
first couple
Yeah,
being able
words.
to
I think
follow.
that's a miss because I remember my freshman year they taught us all the alma mater and
Yeah.
like the tradition with the every year
Yeah,
you've been in
the
school you do
loops.
the yeah.
Yeah.
But they never taught us the fight song. I didn't even know we had a fight song until like my sophomore year.
I just learned it through just being in enough games. Like you
Yeah.
just hear people say it.
But they
and
need to
kinda
teach the
figure it out.
freshmen that stuff. Like I'm not saying go full A&M. We don't need to go full A&M. Like
Yeah.
Hey, coming
The
from
yell
family
night.
values,
Just for 4
I think
years.
it's great.
We get
I
4
think
years
that-
of fish camp. We indoctrinate 4 years of SMU students, and it just spreads.
We
Yeah.
need that.
no, but like we should teach the student stuff like that, and we
Yeah.
should make some new stuff like more interactive stuff during the game because every other school they have different interactive things during the game, and we don't.
Yeah.
We should bring back some people
But-
from the 80s to teach us
Oh, dude.
some of that kind of
maybe we don't do a yell night like A&M does the day before, but maybe before the game, just have an hour before, just have people like showing people how to do the chants, like even because that
Nah,
would
they're
'cause
too
we
busy.
bring
They're
in-
too busy on the boulevard. I don't think that would work.
But maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. That wouldn't work. But how else are you going to teach the students? I mean, like you said, the only other
Well, no,
opportunity
you-
would be
Yeah,
day one, and then
yeah,
what if they
like
just forget.
well, like when they do the
stuff.
training.
They used to have the Mustang 5 too, of people leading cheers like that.
Really?
Like that at the front. Yeah, remember the people.
That just
it
sounds
was
like a
only
yell
our
leader.
freshman year. Yeah, it was essentially a yell leader. Do
Yeah.
you remember that? They were like
No, I
they
don't.
would like lock arms in the front, and they had
Oh, that's
flags
cool.
and stuff.
Yeah.
There were. Yeah.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
were a
we
should
couple
do
people,
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should
Like,
bring that back.
But also when they I remember our freshman year. What was the first Mustang Corral or whatever?
Yeah.
Like they taught
yeah.
us the song. Like they could do that there,
Yeah.
and then all of the over time, all the upperclassmen will know it, and so you also like get reps at the game and like learn it at the game.
Yeah.
When you go. But yeah, I think
I think
another
you're right.
one.
I think we
Another
do
one.
need to be pushing it more.
Yeah, we need more culture. We need more traditions instead of just like party at the boulevard, and then if you make it to the game, good for you. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see. My experience as a student was very different. Being in the band, very tradition filled.
Yeah,
But none of it really. And a
it's
lot
not
of
in the student
intense.
body.
A
It's
lot
not,
of it's intense.
No.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
not in the
like,
student body.
Yeah, and so it's like one section of people doing stupid things for no good reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be interested to see. I wish I could have walked a few days in y'all's shoes of like go to football games as just like a regular person and see what it's like. But
You're talking about yourself like you're so special. Like you were in like the armed forces, like you're like a service member. It's like, man,
you
I
for
wish
your
I knew
service,
what it
Jay.
be like to be a civilian.
I did, but I didn't get to.
No, yeah, for sure.
I didn't get
for
to
sure.
enjoy football games like that as a student, and so
Yeah.
What you're talking about is very. I don't know, it's different than what the band. Went
No,
through.
yeah.
And
And
so-
maybe
and I don't think
the
the band
students
is the
have
answer to
something to
this.
learn from the band.
I'm on the board of the
That's
band
actually
booster club. I don't think the band is the answer to this. I think
Okay.
we
okay.
should be small. I think the band has always been small. Like we've never been like over 100 people. I think we're at like 80 something right now.
But you're the best dressed.
Best dressed in the land.
Ben disagrees.
You
Shut
don't
up,
want to get
Ben.
me into that.
Ben, yeah, Ben's big
We-
on the uniforms.
We might need an NIL sponsor for
Hey,
the band.
my wife agrees that every time they say the best dressed band in the land, I cringe. I'm sorry.
Jay's getting
I'm
upset.
sorry.
He's-
Let's save this. Let's
He's about
put
to
this on
hit you.
a-
Maybe we
on
should
another
switch
podcast.
spots.
Yeah.
I think
No.
No, I think we should come back to this. So I think we should think about some of these tradition type stuff too, and I think we should have another podcast where we talk about it another
Like
day, 'cause
more in
we need to
depth.
think
Yeah, that'd
about
be a
it.
great way
to
I
do
need to
this
think
Why
about
don't
this
we
more.
start the tradition?
Yeah, that would be a good
we
one
have
for
so
this
much
one.
know-
pull on campus.
Yeah, like once
The
this
second
once this
largest
podcast.
SMU
Yeah, we are the
podcast.
second
Yeah.
largest podcast. We
Yeah.
have some pull. Yeah, for
I
sure.
will say, we are probably some of the more consistent fans of SMU.
That's true.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
There's
And very
like-
passionate. Very,
Very
So-
passionate.
delusional, except for Yonnic.
Well,
Puts us
Yeah.
in a mood.
Yeah.
I'll try to get more delusional.
I
as
think
the year
I
goes
think a
on.
really good tradition we could have would be to after every conference win we buy a Rolex.
That's a good idea. Everyone gets a Rolex.
Everyone gets a Rolex.
Yeah, we just hand them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also
Rolex. you're
That's
invited
fitting
on the
right in with
podcast.
the delusional SMU fan.
yeah,
I, like it.
I think also for the like club takeaway, that's a great tradition, by the
Yeah,
way.
that one is really great.
I think it's a miss that we're using confetti instead of $100 bills.
You know, He's got a
Oh
point
my.
there.
That's a great idea.
I think it's a
That's a
miss.
great
Yeah,
idea.
I think we should start
$100
that.
bills for sure.
Make him just like flow down from the new boxes.
Yeah, I mean,
Rain
SMU
down.
football is sponsored by Diamonds Direct.
Even better. Let's
Why
why throw T-shirts into the crowd?
Why throw
Throw
T-shirts?
Diamonds.
Throw diamonds.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Stadium
seriously.
will fill up. I tell you what.
Seriously.
Throw out engagement rings for this.
yeah. Not many ring by spring girls at SMU. That's more of a
True.
Yeah,
more of a Big 12 thing, but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's
Do
see.
we rotate into basketball a little bit now? I think we're
Yeah.
at the halftime. I think the game's half over.
Yeah.
oh really? What's the score?
We're up by 2.
Yeah,
36 to 34.
Up by 2 on these bums.
So
We better not. We cannot lose this
Yeah,
game.
we got to win.
it,
Today.
it would be an awkward loss.
I mean, we're kind of at the point where we have to win the American Conference.
We're
tournament to
definitely at
get
that
in.
point,
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
it
think
doesn't
there's a
really
way out at
matter
this
what we
point.
do until. I mean, it matters for pride, obviously. Like, I don't want to lose to UTSA in anything, but
But our conference is extremely winnable for us. I think we definitely have a chance to win it.
I don't think we're good enough. I think we're getting there, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 teams that are really
Yeah.
scary. I guess you could say. Makes you
USF
nervous.
has finally got ranked.
USF and
them.
FAU.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're number 25.
Wow. I think they deserve it.
Yeah, definitely.
they're doing great.
They've been
They've looked-
awesome.
they've
Those
looked
jerseys,
amazing.
though, those neon highlighter
Sure.
jerseys. Don't get me started.
Yeah,
A
it's
puke sound effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk
Walker.
about
We need these side
every
effects going.
time we talk about
Conference.
TCU or somebody's bad uniform, we just throw out that.
What is it?
I don't remember.
There you go.
There we go.
they were pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But in all
But-
seriousness, I think we do have a chance to win this conference. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not. I don't feel the way I did about SMU's football team winning, but
So who beats us in Fort Worth? Who could beat us? I think USF and
FAU.
FAU could
Yeah,
beat us.
those are the 2.
I think we beat Memphis, and then at that point,
Mhm.
if we meet Memphis in the conference tournament, I think it's a good thing we lost to them in Memphis. I think it's almost impossible to beat a team 3 times in a season, and so I'm glad that we already lost to them once. We win that next one. It's automatic.
I think for me, the reason why I'm pessimistic about the team is because our 2 best players, for example, Zurich Phelps and Chuck Harris, they're not that good. Like for example, I thought after last year that Zurich Phelps was really going to take off and be like a kind of like a Shake Milton kind of guy where he could go in the second round.
Hopefully
maybe,
his
but,
jump shot's a bit better.
But he's been terrible this year. I mean, he's been like not very good, and he hasn't been terrible, but he hasn't like
He could've
ascended.
He hasn't
He
hit
hasn't
your
ascended the
expectations.
way that I thought he would. And so I think that's really hurt the team. And that's why like they're getting better. The depth is growing, but we just don't have like superstars that can carry us quite like other teams.
Mm.
So
That's just one of the significant differences with basketball is like you get a superstar that can be the difference maker.
yeah, you can
whereas-
change the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's why the
that-
tournament's so great.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's like we have the opportunity to take off, and if we win the rest of our games, if SMU doesn't lose another basketball game, we are national champions.
It's gonna
That is
happen.
true.
Book it.
You say that all the time.
Let's
It's
put
the best thing about college basketball,
That's
I think
true.
it's-
Yeah,
I
you
think
can't
that's
get
the
screwed
best
over. Yeah.
unless you're in the bottom 3 of the ACC next year.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
We won't know what that feels like though. So
I hope not.
I mean, surely not. but-
we might.
I-
Our schedule for basketball next year looks amazing. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah. Did we want to pull that up? We can pull that up and talk about
let's
it.
talk about that.
We really need to inject the magic back into Moody because I feel like it's been pretty
Pretty dead.
dead
Okay.
late. I felt dead about it. So
well,
yeah, that's
you guys are all being so pessimistic. Walker was saying I'm not delusional enough. I feel like this is the year that we win both the AAC and basketball and football. I think we get both of them right before we leave. I think we will actually win it.
that would be
And
fun.
if you want
That'd be
some
wild.
delusional
That
take,
would be
that is
cool.
my delusional take. That's the only one that I'm going to give you today. But I think
I
that
think we have a solid chance of winning the tournament.
I think we can
That'd be
win.
crazy.
and
I
it's
do
right.
think we
It's
can
right
win.
here too, so we
It's
can
right
definitely
here.
like
we
show
can
up.
we
and-
can go.
that'd
We
be
can
fun.
see it. I
Live
think we,
podcast.
I think
was
we
it
can
was
win.
it last was it last year that we went or 2 years ago?
I think it was 2 years when we
It was
lost
2
to
years ago.
Memphis.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
I went to the Memphis one when
went to the
we,
game.
when
At
we
Dickies.
had KB.
Yeah.
That bum.
Okay,
Doesn't matter.
here we go.
Keep
Anyway,
going.
Our home and away is our natural rivals in Cal and Stanford, and then we also get home and away with Virginia,
That'll
which is
be fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then we'll start with our away. Away, we have to go back to Florida State next year. So we play them at Florida State this year, at Florida State next year. We have to go to NC State, have to go to Miami, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Notre Dame, and Boston College.
Mhm.
But then at home,
I forgot Notre Dame was a ACC
Yeah.
conference member basketball.
They should join football.
Yeah.
They should join football.
I think they've got it so good the way they are right now. I can't imagine them.
There's no reason.
Don't say that.
They're not going to do it, but they should join.
When Florida State leaves, Notre Dame, come on.
Please. God, please.
We got to stay power 3, baby.
We need Drew on here to pray for us.
Mm.
So that way Notre Dame can
Bless
stay.
us.
Yeah. We need that Catholic blessing.
Hey, Drew, you're invited on the podcast as well.
Oh,
Come
100%.
on.
Yeah.
Come join us.
Okay, and then at home, we get Pitt, Georgia Tech, Syracuse,
Come on.
Wake Forest, Clemson, Louisville, and last but not least, we get Duke at home next season.
Let's
See,
go.
this is why I thought when I said that we were playing Miami, I was looking at the basketball schedule. I wasn't.
Oh.
Looking at That's
Oh.
where that came from earlier. So y'all don't think I'm crazy? Just making stuff
It-
up.
That doesn't affect how I think. You're
I think
crazy,
one
but that's
downside
okay.
to the conferences getting so big are like you don't have the home and away every team. Like I think the Big 12 this year has been that way. Like well, I think this year
It
they
changed
are.
this year. No.
Are they not?
Mm-mm.
Because all the games have been so great. Like the Big 12 is incredible this year. It's kind of sucks that you don't get the twice a year, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Whatever. It's the age
Yeah.
we live in.
I have an intern at work that went to SMU, and he came up to me. He's like, "Have you seen the basketball schedule?" I was like, "No, I haven't." Like, what? He's like, "We have Duke and UNC at home," and I was like, "No way! Like, that's awesome."
We have
And then-
UNC women's at home.
yeah, I think that's where he got mixed up because then he came back like 10 minutes later. He's like, "Hey, we don't actually have UNC at
We don't
home."
even. Do we even play them?
For women's, we do. We get both. No, we get UNC.
We play them
away.
away,
Yeah, yeah. We
Oh.
play everyone in the
We play
conference.
everyone.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
not
yeah,
home
yeah.
and away.
We only get
Yeah.
Cal, Stanford, and Virginia at
home and away.
Those will
Yeah.
be some fun road trips. Like if we go to
Who's
Duke
that?
next year.
But still, I mean,
gotcha.
Yeah, we go to
Clemson,
UNC
Duke,
and
Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are there any?
there's some amazing games.
Sorry to switch
Yeah.
back to football. Are there any away games that we're planning on going to?
I would love to go to Duke next season. That'd be
That'd
awesome.
be fun.
That's the only one that's kind of like.
I
on
think
my
we should
radar.
definitely have at least one.
One.
I think we need to go to at least one away game.
Well, I know.
They're all a trek though. That's the problem. We've been talking
Yeah.
about this with the band too. Is like we've been trying to raise money to get them to go to an away game next year,
Yeah,
but it's like
it's hard.
it's gonna be rough. It's
Yeah.
a lot of money to send
Yeah,
100 or so people.
yeah.
But they're all far. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how the season goes along.
I know.
If this podcast takes off, we can use.
I know. Billy and Status Jet are planning a trip out to Stanford.
If we can just hop on,
Yeah,
we'll go.
not
Vet it out.
sponsored yet, but
But
If
we'll plug you.
we
We'll
will
get there.
plug you hard if that didn't sound right.
Big D.
Is that gonna be one of those things that we have to beep out?
Yeah, no, I think that's good enough.
That's-
It's,
that's
it's just
fine.
funny. It's just funny.
I think Louisville might be fun because that should be a good game. At Louisville.
Yeah, they're all just right next to each other. I don't know if I can.
Gotta go
Got to get a little bit of a break.
Why-
That would be a
Why
little.
don't we go to Miami?
That's a tough.
That could be fun too.
I like Miami.
The problem is we don't play them next year, but
Yeah.
What?
That could be fun.
Yeah. It's
No, oh, sorry, I was looking at the basketball schedule.
just you. Yeah. Louisville, Stanford, Duke, Virginia. We have
Is
a
that all we
ton of
have?
home games.
Yeah.
And Nevada. Nevada's away. We go to Nevada week 0.
Week 0, that could be fun.
8/24.
I
I
don't
don't-
really
I don't-
want to go to
I don't
Reno.
think. Yeah, I don't think that's
We
gonna
could
be a lot
visit
of fun
Cole
in the
if
heat
Cole
of summer.
if Cole is anywhere close.
I don't think it's
there.
gonna be fun in the heat of
He's
summer.
not going to
guys.
be farming in Nevada.
No, he's in Washington, right?
Yeah.
Or Oregon.
Washington.
Washington or
something
Oregon.
like
something
Washington,
like
yeah.
that,
We'll have to have him on too.
I think Duke
Farmer.
is a good option. I think that would be a lot of fun to go to.
Yeah, I think Duke is
Louisville.
kind of
Yeah.
I think Virginia November 23rd would be a little too late to go.
Yeah.
Especially things.
I think Duke
Yeah.
or Louisville. I think would be if we go to one. I think it'd be one of those.
Yeah.
Stanford could be fun too.
Hey,
I think
if we have
those
any
three-
fans that want to go to an away game, and we can get something worked out,
Yeah.
we would totally
Let's
go.
talk about this summer. This should be.
Yeah, no, this will be an ongoing conversation
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which one are we gonna
definitely.
go to?
For sure.
There's talk about it in the description below, and while you're down there, like and comment.
Yeah, this will. So this will.
And subscribe.
The idea is to have this on everything,
on
right?
everything.
It's going to be on
Apple,
YouTube,
Spotify.
Apple
YouTube, Spotify,
Music,
yeah.
Spotify,
Yeah.
YouTube, big
and
three.
whatever you're watching on right now
Watching or listening.
or listening.
Yeah.
Some of y'all.
So did y'all? Ben said
Neither
he,
of y'all saw.
Ben said he likes to watch his podcasts.
Well, so I'll usually listen, but YouTube is where I look for it. That makes sense.
I do.
See,
too.
I
like
always-
to
I
have
don't
them up there.
necess-
Like
I always
Lex
just
Friedman.
listen on Spotify.
Mm.
I've never watched a podcast.
Really, you know.
I mean, I'll watch like the clips on like Reels or something, but I'll never
that's
like
fair.
Yikes, we're
turn
tired.
on a podcast on.
I
YouTube.
always leave a video up because I like Lex Friedman. I like some of those guys that do these kind of long form content podcasts, and
Mm-hmm.
I just like having it up there because I don't know, there's something about it. Just being able to like see like their reactions things. Some of the questions are kind of hot takes. You want to see somebody's face, sometimes.
Especially when they're like handsome men, you know, like people
Yeah.
like looking at handsome men like us,
Yeah.
right?
some of us.
Some of us.
I won't
Just a bunch
say
of SMU alumni scrubs right here, you know.
washed
a bunch
up,
of nerds.
Yeah.
washed up nerds.
Everyone
Yeah.
knows SMU men are the best looking men on the planet.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
that's-
know,
they
we
write
kind of
articles about it.
beat the stereotype because we're not short, right?
That's true.
You guys aren't short.
Yeah. How tall are you, Yonnic?
I'm 5'9".
You fit the stereotype.
Thank you.
That's average.
That is average.
Thank you. I'm average in that
Yonnic,
way.
you are so average, man. That's what I appreciate about you.
You might be average, but you're still enough. So
Oh, thank you.
for me at least.
Appreciate that, Ben.
All right. Well, I think we're running out of things to talk about.
I think we've had a
Yeah.
good session.
I've
though
had a
for-
lot
for-
of. This has
Yeah.
been fun, honestly. Yeah.
This
It
has
actually
been
has
great.
been a lot of fun.
How long
More
have we
fun
been
than I
going?
thought it would be.
Hour
thought it would feel more
20.
like- I thought it would feel more like
So we had
work.
probably had like 10, 15 minutes leading up
Yeah.
Yeah.
before we actually like, started.
An hour podcast is great.
That's
Shall
awesome.
we finish with the alma mater? Just kidding.
No, I'm not. We are
Oh.
not.
I think-
See the varsity.
Oh, okay. Good job, Ben.
Thank you.
Maybe we can get a recording of Ben. We can just play that as the outro.
Something like that.
I don't
Anyways.
know. Maybe my wife. Not
Thanks
me.
for listening. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe
This
to
has
the
been a-
Mustang Mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave a review, a comment. We will definitely be looking at those.
And put
Okay.
in anything you want us to discuss that you think might be interesting
For
us to
sure.
talk
Yeah.
about.
If you have questions you want to hear our opinions on, if you have topics you want to hear us talk about, literally anything about SMU football, we're in. If you have ideas for traditions, send those for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
ideas,
sure.
traditions.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
And anything ACC, I think related. I think that because
Uh-huh.
anything like that would affect SMU as a whole. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other ACC fans, what do you think of SMU? What do you think of expanding? What do you think of the new teams?
Yeah.
unless you're Florida State fans.
Yeah, we don't want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't
you
wanna
Everyone
do
else.
If you're
If you're Florida State, TCU, Baylor, or UT, we don't want to hear from you. But
yeah. If
Anybody
you-
from
else,
everyone else.
feel free to comment.
I've had bad experiences with Florida State on the internet, but if you're a positive Florida State fan, I'll listen to you.
We'll give you a chance.
We'll give you a chance.
Yeah.
You have a chance to redeem your school, in my eyes.
We believe in
Mm.
second chances.
Yeah.
We want you to redeem your school.
we have
Actually, yeah.
Jesus.
We want you to try to turn that persona around a little bit in our minds. We
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks guys. This has been fun. This is
Yep.
the Moody the
The
Mustang,
Mustang
Mood.
Mood.
Mustang Mood.
We already
The
don't
Mustang
know
Mood
what we are.
podcast.
So.
Yeah, the Mustang Mood podcast.
All
See you
right.
guys. Bye.
Peace out.